Hello student developers. If you want to build cross-platform mobile apps, Xamarin is a great technology to get started with. And because you're a student, you can get Xamarin Business for free via DreamSpark. In this video, I want to guide you through the process of using Visual Studio 2015 to create a Xamarin.Forms cross-platform mobile app from scratch. Then we'll use the Visual Studio Android Emulator to debug the Android version of that app. Let's get started. So on my PC, I've got Visual Studio 2015 Community Edition installed. It's all you're going to need. You just need to make sure that the optional add-ons for Xamarin and for the Android emulator are checked either when you install Visual Studio initially, or you can go to Add or Remove Programs, launch Visual Studio Setup, and add those optional components after the fact. So all I need to do is go to the File, New option, Project. I've got a Xamarin.Forms portable app. That's going to work just fine here, and I'm going to call this Android Emulator Test. We'll go ahead and create that solution. When Visual Studio is done creating our solution, we're going to actually have multiple projects in that solution. A couple ones I want to point out here. We've got our portable project, which is a part of this solution. That's sort of the shared Xamarin implementation. We've also got multiple platform-specific projects, like our Android Emulator Test.Droid here. That's going to be our Android application. We can set the startup project and launch any one of these. We're going to need a Mac if we're going to test the iOS app, but all the other apps we can test here on our PC. So because we have our Android application selected, we can use the drop-down to pick which Android emulator we want to use. Now you notice there's several that I've got installed here. I've got the Xamarin tools installed, which includes the Android SDK. So we've got the Apache Cordova version there, but we've also got a few other emulators. I'm going to use the 5-inch KitKat 4.4, and all we'll need to do to run our application is hit F5 to start debugging. We're going to see the project build, and then we'll see the emulator get launched. So we can see here that our VM is starting. Now we unlock the phone. And our app has launched. So by just installing Visual Studio 2015 Community Edition, I have everything I need here to write Xamarin apps and to debug them, including Android apps, in the Visual Studio Android emulator. If you're a student, make sure that you sign up for DreamSpark so that you can take advantage of the Xamarin offer and get Visual Studio installed on your PC. Now in the accompanying blog post, I've got a lot more Xamarin resources and Visual Studio Android emulator resources, so you're going to want to check that out. And please stay tuned on Microsoft Imagine, because I'm going to be blogging more about Xamarin and more in depth. News, tech content, it's all here. So we'll see you all later.